Hey everyone, Vincent Wynn here for Tipline. Welcome to our live show today on Thursday, September 27th. I'm going to wait for a couple of seconds for people to come on, and then we'll jump in, look at the market, the overall market, and see what happened with Soleno, Therapeutics. Had a nice run up. I want to see where everyone's at and what's next for the stock. So, all right, remember, my name is Vincent Wynn. I am not a financial advisor, nor am I here to give you financial advice. This is for educational purposes and entertainment only. With that out of the way, let's jump into the chart, shall we? First of all, drop me a comment and let me know if you capitalize on Soleno. SLNO is the ticker. Hey Sway, my only person in the live right now. Thank you, my friend. Everyone that's joining now, later, or watching the live later, feel free to like and subscribe because I'm here for you. I am here to talk stock. I'm here to obsess over the TA. Sway, being that you're only one on, I've set up the mic configuration a little differently. Can you let me know what the sound quality is like on your side? It's kind of hard for me to tell on my end, even though I've got in-ear monitors on, because there is an AC running in the background. Okay, if it's really choppy, let me know as well. Okay, all right. Again, welcome. Let's look at SLNO. Let's see here, SLNO on the day chart. If I remember correctly, they raised like $128 million in equity. Right, okay, yeah, here it is. Soleno Therapeutics announced pricing of approximately $120 million underwritten by public offering of common stocks, blah, blah, blah. And it just gapped up. I mean, just look at the 4-hour chart here. That is pretty crazy. That's what I call a 3-bar breakout right here. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, and that is super bullish considering it launched off of the 200, launched off of the 20, the 50, and it just respecting the 8 EMA all the way up here, which is this green line. The question on my mind and everyone's mind is what is next for SLNO, right? It's coming down, it came down, hit on the 4-hour chart, it hit wave 4 to 5, which is, in my opinion, the last big leg in any bull run. So that's about a 717% run right there. That's huge. That's huge. So is it really bad, Sway? The AC? I mean, I've cut the feed a little bit on the sound, but let me see. Hang on, let me turn it off real quick. Be right back, guys. Alright, hopefully that is a little bit better. Sway, what do you think? That was just a little bit of an air purifier in the back because I'm literally in the office and it's enclosed. Okay, so back to SLNO. To me right now, this is a 4-hour chart, meaning that we still need to look at the 1-day chart as well to see how that behavior is. Yeah, I'm not liking where SLNO is coming or where it came from. Where it's at is great if you caught this wave down here, riding this up. Unfortunately, I don't think any of us were aware of this on the way up. So this happened about 2 days ago. So if you're looking at getting into SLNO right now, I'm gonna tell you, it's risky and it's painful to ride back down, possibly ride back down. Right here. Why? So let's look at the day chart. When something that has moved this massive, I want to look at the day chart and get a better perspective of what's happening. It's oversold drastically above, above this blue line here, and it's trending up in this oversold area, and so that's not good. The second chart, which is based off of an RSI chart, is also almost getting to be the oversold, but not yet. So there's still some room in that regard. Let's see. The 1 day chart. That to me is very interesting, and I'll explain why. There's this massive gap up here that pushed the price up. So we're looking at this massive gap fill. It's not sustainable. You're looking at a wave. It was bouncing around here for a little while. Actually, a long while. More like a year. Okay, so there was this bearish pattern, crap pattern that got, it pretty much nailed the price target 1 and 2. Yeah, I'll put them up. I have them. I just need to figure out how to get those on and keep them on the wall. Sway, thanks, my friend. Yeah, so back to SLNO. If you're looking at coming in right now, it's a little risky because wave 4 to 5, as you know, is always the biggest wave, okay, in the run. And that, in my opinion, is basically what has happened here. I'm not liking this trade right now simply because you're going to look at either a 3-8 retracement or a 618 retracement, which is about $13.82. If you buy in now, it's pretty risky. Stock has already dropped to $24. So look at where the 618 retracement is, 14, which is right where the 8 EMA is. It's either going to, the 8 EMA is either going to catch the price as it comes down, or it could just penetrate through the 8 and come down and meet with the 20, and that's at $7.36. Overall, it's still bullish because price action's been trading above the 200-day moving average, which is down at around $3.45. So what is next? What do you want to know, right? Why are you here? What is the value of tipline? The value of tipline is to tell you that price should bounce around this region for a day or two and then retrace. There's no way around it. 5 to A is going to be a holy mother roller coaster ride down. We've seen this time and time again. 5 to A, and I'm thinking it's going to be a 618 retracement, or it could come down much further, probably a 1618 retracement to hit the 20 SMA right here at $7.23. Or we're looking at somewhere between $14. I would be extremely careful with SLNO unless there's more buying pressure. If there's more buying pressure, then what you could do is, on the bullish side, look at this as a bear flag forming. Still the same trend. And then watch for the breakout somewhere around here, $23. But if it breaks down from there, then you know there's this retracement, this leg 5 to A is very real. I'm just going to label it right here, 5 to A, okay? That's going to be really ugly. if you happen to catch this knife down. I don't want you guys to. That's why you're here. So that is my thinking. One way to know where direction is moving towards is the 4-hour chart. This 8 EMA here, right now price is observing it, respecting it, but this, as soon as it comes down and break below it, be careful. Things will go south pretty quickly. Okay, but right now it's still bullish. It's above the 3 and the 8. So this is 5 to A, but it's not complete yet. We don't have confirmation yet. And it could retrace A to B, which is at around $26. And then from there, B to C is going to be another big retracement down. And that could come down and touch the 20 period moving average at 13, which lines up with close to where my price target for 5 to A is around $14. So the 1 hour and the 4 hour, I'm sorry, the 1 day and the 4 hour chart line up. Hey Sway, are there any tickers that you want to look at today I can TA for you? Let me know, my friend. Okay. Okay, so I know the team was looking at AVTX. They were trading that yesterday. And I know we nailed all the price targets yesterday for AVTX. So let's take a look. Yeah, you don't want to murder money. I mean, just look at, when you look at this, as good as it looks right now, it's too dangerous to chase. So, and then this is the 10-minute chart. I know I'm bouncing back and forth. I meant to look at the 10-minute chart to show you what is next within the next hour or so. Okay, hour or two. So the price target, this bat pattern is a bearish pattern. Price hit the hop at 25.97, which is the harmonic optimized pricing point for reversal. As you can see, it's already starting to turn downward. So I would watch 22 and 21 price targets for if you're looking at shorting SLNO. And then from there, it could retrace, it could bounce up, or it could come back down some more. My money is it's going to continue towards the downside because it's completely oversold. Okay, so watch for that on the 10-minute chart. All right, I think the AC just kicked in again. Sorry about that. Okay, Sway, let me finish with AVTX real quick and we'll look at FNGR and GTII. Okay. AVTX is still trending in the direction that I had pointed out yesterday. Hang on a second, guys. The AC is kicking in. Let me turn it off real quick. Okay, AVTX. Volume looks like it's dying down. The buying pressure looks like it's dying down. We went from 403 million shares traded on the 26th, which was a really massive red day. I wanted to see a break above towards the 29-cent region, but that didn't happen. Now it's looking like it's about to do this. Okay, so that, again, what pattern is that? That could be a crab, that could be a number of bullish patterns. So keep an eye out for this reversal here, because it's still going to need to come back down to close out this loop here. See this oversold? I'm sorry, overbought up here and oversold before it bounces up. Same with this indicator here as well. Watch for it to be oversold because it was overbought up in this area before we can see some sort of reversal for AVTX. Yeah, 4-hour chart confirms the downtrend. Oops. Where are you? Sorry about that, guys. Okay, so 4-hour chart price is already broken down below the 8. It's hovering right at the next support, which is the 20, and then that's about to break here pretty soon too. Keep an eye out for that. If that happens, we're looking at the next support level down in this area, and that's right about 12 cents, which is, I believe, my call out from yesterday's price movement. Okay. Hey guys, I know we're, what, 20 minutes into this live. If you find this information useful, I encourage you to subscribe for my latest postings and live events. Okay, so let's move on to finger. So as you guys can see, I'm slowing down my TA a little bit in terms of the pace, right? I know I've gone through quite rapidly over the last few live sessions. So I want to take the time to not just look at the overall day chart. I want to look at what's happening in the next hour, in the next 5 minutes, 30 seconds. Because I think understanding for a lot of you new traders or traders looking to scalp or swing, understanding the 10-minute chart, the 5-minute chart, or the 1-hour chart helps fill the gap in terms of looking at the 1-day chart or the 4-hour chart, because they tend to take longer time for execution to take place. Okay? All right, so FNGR, let's start off with the 1-day chart because I always like to see where things are going. All right, so it's going exactly the way I initially said it would. So you've got leg 2 to 3, 3 to 4, 4 to 5. 5 is always termination leg for any run. Okay, 4 to 5. Now, after leg 5 completes, there's always going to be a massive retracement. And look what happens here. Massive retracement. Okay, came back down, retrace beyond the price target 1, which is 531. So you're going to get a little bit of a dead cat bounce, if you will. 382. Anything below a 50% retracement, in my opinion, a 50% retracement, if you cut this whole drop by 50%, that puts it at right around $6.37. If the retracement falls short below the 50 or within the 30 percentile, that to me is a dead cat bounce. And why does that matter? It matters because the 382 retracement is just as important as the 50 or the 618. They're all part of the whole golden ratio for how stock moves. So those are the levels that you can almost bank on for either a reversal or retracement. Okay, so in the case of FNGR, you hit the bottom of wave 5 to A. It confirms the bottom here because we can already see the retracement coming back up. My thinking is it's going to be a dead cat bounce. Comes down, hit the bottom, bounce up to at least 381, and then come back and nail price target 2 at $3.67. That's FNGR from a 1-day perspective. It could take 2 weeks for this to play out, possibly. So if you're sitting at this price target 1 at 531 and you see another green day above it, you can almost bank on the fact that this 20-day moving average is acting as a magnet to pull price towards it. And that's right at around $5.84, which is extremely close to our retracement of $6 for the 381 retracement in this area. So I'm going to move this up because that's going to be our new price target. Okay, right here. What happens then? The loop will come down and close this entire cycle out. So you've got this massive pattern that started back in December 5th of 2005, 22. It went through, this is halfway through to the pattern on June 27th. And then the conclusion of this pattern took place on 9/13. So this is the life cycle of this pattern right here. I've just drawn out for you. I'll highlight it. So this is the pattern. This is the big pattern that hedge funds, bankers, I mean, these are the people, essentially smart money. They have the funds and means and technology to manipulate. Is manipulate the right word? I wouldn't say manipulate, to control the price action for FNGR. One entire cycle later, you can see the big picture here from December 2nd, 22 all the way through 9/13/23. This is, I'm giving you a broad perspective of how a stock moves from point A to completion. And completion is wave 5, right at the top here in this area. And then what happens? 5 retraces down to A to B, and B to C. 367 is most likely where I see FNGR to complete, which isn't bad. All things considered, it is still extremely bullish, because if it does terminate at 367, you're still looking at price trading above the 200-day moving average. So anytime price is above the 200-day moving average, depending on where you bought in, it is still a bullish run. Now, if you bought in during the hype and the pump in this region between the HOP and the XA, you're pretty much holding the bag. You're hosed. You're holding the bag. You have to decide, what do you do? I mean, as soon as you saw this first or second red bar breakout, you would have thought, hey, do I ride this out? Do I like the stock enough? Do I trust it to bounce? Do I want to come all the way down and lose 50% of my investment? And like Sway just said, do I want to murder money? I mean, that's the harsh reality of these meme stock that are pumped and dumped by retail traders and smart money. They prey on retail traders to go through this cycle. It's psychologically exhausting. So, I mean, at least for me, it has been psychologically exhaustive over the past few years, until I mentally figured out the pattern and the cycle, so that I can time when the bottom of the market is and when the top is to get out and ride the wave through. So then trading becomes fun again. You're not sitting there going, what is going to happen to the stock next? And I get a lot of that questions from you guys through email, through Twitter, through Telegram, through YouTube. what's gonna happen next to the stock. I'm telling you exactly what's gonna happen based on patterns that I'm seeing. And time after time after time, we see them unfold exactly the way we predicted or projected them to come through. Okay, enough of that. Let's go look at the 4-hour chart. What is next? So I mentioned that this continue dead cat bounce, right, on the day chart. Let's see if the 4-hour chart supports it. Okay, so the breakout should be right at this price target 1 on the 4-hour chart, which is like 508 right here. My thinking is, yeah. This is 5 to A is coming down. This whole wave right here is the corrective wave, 5 to A to B, which is always, in my opinion, the dead cat bounce, and then come down and break structure right here. And then that is where we'll see our wave C down here that we looked at on the day chart. Okay, it's really critical to understand the pattern. You've got the bull wave 1 through 5 up, and then the bear wave 5 to C. This is the 4-hour chart, basically, essentially telling the same story as the 1-day chart over here. Patterns replicate themselves. That's why I believe in them. I don't care if you have a $300 million trading beast that Citadel developed. They are developed by human traders, human programmers, human developers, and they have to respect the law of nature, which are the golden ratios. For me, the golden ratios are 618, 50, and 381. And then you add a 1 to that, whether an extension beyond those golden ratio, 1618, 2618, 3618, etc. Okay, so finger is, you've got this, to wrap up FNGR, you've got this little bit of a dead cat bounce, and then watch for further movement down to price target 2. And right now I'm looking at 367 in the next couple of weeks. GTII, Sway, man, I appreciate you being here with me. I love it. Thank you, my friend. GTII is still just, it's still just trekking along, consolidating. Not a whole lot of action, not a whole lot of volume coming in. I mean, at this point, I would take any volume, whether it's buying volume or selling volume. I really don't care, because volume moves the market. Volume moves the market. When there's no volume, it's like flat line. Why do I say at this point, I almost want selling pressure? Because without this pattern completing, like so, you can't have upward movement. Until this happens, I'm going to draw this out on both my oscillators, because they replicate price movement to the T. Okay, look at the pattern. Very, very similar. Okay, and it goes the same for pricing too. If you map this out on the price chart, you will see very, very similar indication of pattern. So what does this tell me? All three indicator tells me that price needs to drop, like a lot. We need to see GTII down to, all right, you guys are gonna have a heart attack and you may unsubscribe and never come back, but I'm here for the truth and it sucks, okay? Price needs to come down to at least just this, oh my God, I'm gonna die, price target of around 55 cents, 56 cents for this entire loop to close. This loop needs to close before GTII can move forward with the pattern. I'm just going to leave it there for a couple of seconds for you guys to digest the information I just gave you, at least from what I'm seeing. Sway, what do you think? Am I just blowing smoke out of my ass? Is that, I mean, tell me, is what I'm saying make sense? The volume is dead. GTI is at a point where it's about to break below the 8 EMA. It's almost ready to break below the 20 SMA. And the low is down here in the 59 range. And I can see this pattern coming down here. And it sucks because it's a slow death. It just sucks your life out if you're an investor in GTII right now. It's a slow death. But just keep in mind, this is a bullish harmonic pattern that it's forming right here. It's a bullish harmonic pattern. And when I mentioned the extension of 1618, this is about what's happening here. It extends beyond the bottom of the lowest price to date. So it extends quite low, even below, well, not all-time low, because all-time low looks like it's about 14 cents, but recent low is about 45 cents. So yeah, so I'm gonna bring this down to about 42 cents. Yes, Wei, it looks like it might even be like a 1618 retracement. And this is going to be, when this happens, expect a pretty healthy retracement. If you've got dry powder and you know GTII is coming down to 42 cents, are you going to buy in this region? Are you gonna buy and just wait and just sit and just watch it drop, or do you want to wait until there's buying confirmation and then ride this sucker up at 40 something cents all the way up to at least the 50, which is 76 cents? That's like a 73% move. You're not watching money get murdered and resurrected again. You're putting fresh money in and then let it blossom into profitability. All right, so that is GTII, okay? I want to swing back and look at VFS, because it's a stock that I called out some time ago when it was still like 90 cents. Okay, so day chart for VinFast. I drew out the zone a while back, and look what happened. It came down, touched it, kissed it today at $10.67. So if you ask me, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 days of just nothing but steady decline. Steady decline. Are you jumping in right here and buying because of this green bar? Hell no. No way, Jose, not yet. I don't have buying confirmation yet. Why? Because remember I was talking about this loop being closed. It's not closed yet. It's not in the oversold territory yet. So the loop literally started here, bounced around, okay, oversold some more, and it's trying to get into this oversold area. They still have shares to sell off before the pattern can start up again. So my thinking is, by the time VFS comes down to the oversold area, price will touch the bottom of this region that I've drawn out here. This region right here. Okay, so that's going to be right around $10.40. So another $2, my friend, $2. and then we will observe and see when price bounces out of the oversold area. Okay, they both need to come out of the oversold area. So what that tells me is once it's oversold, once it's out of the oversold area, that's when we can see buying in somewhere around this area, 11 something, if it can bounce out. Right now, $12 is still too expensive for VFS, because if it doesn't bounce out of the $10 range, guess what? My projection is going to change. It's now going towards the single digit. Okay, so we're talking into the single digits here. So keep that in mind for VFS. That's the gameplay, the game plan for VFS. All right, let's look at SPY. I'm a big fan of SPY because I'm looking at getting into options. All right, so look at this pattern playing out. Possible bat pattern, and it's terminating. Looking like it's going to terminate right at the 200-day moving average, which is 418. And where does 418 line up with, my friends? Lines up with the price target 1 that was set back here in July. The market is just ruthless when it comes to memories. When you've got this pump all the way up to leg 3, when it should have retraced down, we're looking at, let's see, how many days was that from then until now? We're looking at 44 trading days. About 44 trading days. And look how close it is to closing out price target 1 right now. 419, and we're at 426. So I would say leg 3 to 4 should happen in an close of next week, possibly 419. Mid next week, close of next week. And then my projection for wave 4 to 5 should kick off. God, I want to say, I'm just going to make a call out right now. I'm going to say like October 2nd. Okay, I want to say October 2nd or so. I would expect the beginning of wave 4 to 5 to take place. So let's say 618 is like right around. I've already got the projection mapped out. 618 right here at 492. Let me jot that down. 492 is my projection for wave 4 to 5 at 492. Okay, let's see, 492. That is going to be a bull wave, so I just make that green. Wave 4 to 5 right here. Okay. Again, if you're looking at call options, you know leg 3 to 4 is coming to a completion, and we're looking at a price target of 418. How does this add value to your timeline? Easy, because now you know when this pattern completes and wave 1 is completed, you know wave 4 to 5 is going to be pretty big. And then you know, based on pattern completion, wave 5 to A is going to be nasty. It's going to be so ugly. I'm going to just draw this out right now for you guys. So this is going to be my projection of wave 5 to A retracement, and that's going to be about 404. Okay, we'll change that to red because that's going to be a retracement leg. Okay, 5 to A right here. Market doesn't forget. It has memories of like an elephant. All right, so that's the play that I envision for SPY over the next, God, this is a day chart, so we're looking at a month or two for wave 4 to 5, and then 5 down to A, and then basically you have 3 corrective waves here. 5 to A to B, B to C. Okay, so B to C, I would imagine somewhere down here in the 3 range, 394 range. All right, so that's SPY. Hope that helps. Hey Sway, you still with me, man? Give me a thumbs up. All right, everyone, if you find this information useful, informative, I encourage you to subscribe to the channel. What else, guys? I know GNS has got some dates coming up in October. Good luck to you guys on that. AMC. Let's talk AMC, guys. I remember back when it was like up here in the 8 something range, I said I'm not buying in yet because I don't trust management, and look what happened. I don't trust management, period. There's going to be another retracement down to, I mean, just look at the pattern here. They're going to continue to push this back down to the 7 range. Thanks, Sway. Appreciate it, my friend. I'm sure people will find value after the live concludes. Yeah. I mean, you can't buy into AMC right now until it needs to break above, and I drew this line out, this green line here. It needs to break above the 8 EMA, come back down and test it before we can see some sort of retracement upwards. Right now, no such thing. No such thing, unfortunately. And on the 4-hour chart, it looks like it's about to break structure here. You've got this triangle just broke downwards right here. That means that if this is indeed true, it's gonna suck really bad. If there's no support here, if it breaks support at $7, this really sucks. Can I say that on here? I can say that on here, right? We're looking at, Jesus. I really don't want to see this happen, but price target for this triangle, if it broke above, would be $10.40, which is what I was hoping it would do. But if this support here doesn't, I mean, if this low doesn't hold at 7, yeah, this sucks. You're looking at $5.44. What is that? That's a 27% retracement, or 27% drop. Based on this triangle pattern. It's not pretty, guys. It's not pretty. If we see a 3-bar breakdown, this is today's bar 1, bar 2. So bar 2 will break the low at 70 cents, and then bar 3. And then from there, it's clear blue skies for the bears to just come in and fuck this stock over again. And then yes, I just dropped the F-bomb because seeing this now completely infuriates me. Completely infuriates me when I see this, because there was a beautiful head inverse head and shoulder formation here. And if this breaks today, then it invalidates this head and shoulder pattern. Head and shoulder is just invalidating. So that's my thinking for AMC. God, I'm just seeing this for the first time with you guys today too. All right, so right now, AMC needs to hold this low, which is the head of this pattern. Inverse head and shoulder. Sucks. Sucks. All right, what else was running today? I want to see, I had some other ones on here. What was it? No. NVIDIA, NVOS, no. AVTX, 14 cents. Yep, it's AVTX is AVTX is trending down to 14 cents. Yeah, I know. I mean, I'm not monetizing the video so I could give a rat's ass. I mean, give me a strike. I don't give a shit. This sucks. I mean, when I see this if this happens, what this tells me is that the head of this inverse head and shoulder just moved this farther out right here. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. Okay, all right. I think there was another stock that moved today. Let me take a look. BNOX. Yes, BNOX. Was anyone in BNOX? I think the volume was pretty low on BNOX. BNOX. Oh, holy moly. What happened to BNOX? Did it have good earnings? There's projected earnings, and then Bionex shares take flight on positive PTSD study results. Oh, that makes sense. So yes, on the 4-hour chart, we have a bullish pattern, a deep crab bullish pattern. Do you guys remember I was talking about the extension beyond like the 618 or 50 or 381 extension? Hey Mike. This is exactly what happened here. I think from here to here was like, this leg was essentially like a 1618 or 2618 deep extension, retracement here coming down. And then there was a price target 2 at 233, and if it broke that, so price target 1, price target 2 on this pattern, in one 4-hour cycle it went ballistic and traded 13 million shares on good results. As of right now, there is confirmation that this leg is completed. Even went higher, 784. Holy heck. I would watch for BNOX, guys, because a lot of people sold, pushing the price down to 393 right now. And guess what? Gap's gonna fill and it's gonna come back down. Probably, I don't even think the 200-day moving average is gonna catch it. I mean, I think it's just gonna penetrate straight through and come down to normalize at like the 20, which is like $1.60 maybe, and then come back up and test the 200 before retracing again. ask my view on BNOX. Hey Mike, is there anything you want to see? I'll just stop for a second to let everyone catch up. I think BXRX ran this morning as well. BXRX, yeah, it's up 121%. Holy heck! Why are we not getting alerts on these trades before they happen? That's not cool. Okay, so BXRX. One day chart. Yeah, what was going on with BXRX? I think shares double after orphan drug designated for T1-68168. Yeah, so again, this is an FDA play. Remember, anyone who's been buying in at like 30-40 cents probably cash out when they're over 100%, which is smart to do because you're not going to murder money when price gets sold out underneath you if you bought into the hype, right? They're selling out below you here because you're buying up here. Okay, Airbnb. Okay, let's stick with Airbnb. Okay, I don't have. I wouldn't say. I wouldn't say Airbnb is a buy yet because if you guys know my TA, I value the 8 EMA a lot. It's like my holy grail when it comes to understanding price reversal, whether it's to the upside or the downside. It needs to break. Airbnb needs to break above 135. Okay, it needs to break above 135, above the 8 EMA with strong freaking buying pressure. Like tomorrow, if Airbnb opened up and just gapped up above the 50 right here tomorrow, I would jump in. I would pile money in. That being said, listen guys, not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just saying that if I see this massive buying pressure come in tomorrow, what is that? Hold on a second. If I see this massive buying pressure come in tomorrow, that is a huge indicator that the sentiment for Airbnb has changed for whatever reason. But unfortunately, yesterday's volume was like 3.77 million and today's only 550. I would watch it because right now you're looking at an inside bar formation building up right here. Yesterday's trading price action, today's trading price action. I would want to see this price open up tomorrow or starting tonight and just gap up, like literally gap up above the 8 and above the 50. So what that tells me is that the sentiment has changed, and guess what? We're looking at the next price target of 139, and then feel this. So basically the other thing is, if you see this gap up, it's going to fill this gap right here, this massive gap, actually two gap fill right here, two gap fill. So watch for the 3-bar breakout. Okay, 3-bar breakout to get the stock back up and rolling. Okay, 3-bar breakout. So my buying signal would be tomorrow, price gapping up above the 8 towards the 50. Chances are the 50 is going to act as a freaking resistance here, right at $1.38. It's going to act as a resistance, and then if it breaks above that resistance level, just slice right through it, then yeah, that's good. If not, it's going to come back down. Going to come back down, retrace, hit the 8 again, ping pong, and then probably come up again. My thinking is somewhere here. So to me, if just looking at this wave, 3 to 4. This is my big pattern. 3 to 4. 4 to 4 to. I'm sorry. 3 to 4. 2 to 3. 2 to 3. 3 to 4. 4 to 5. 5 to A. Okay, so this is the big A retracement here. So this to me would be wave 5 to A retracement. Okay, and then dead cat bounce. This is wave C here. B, sorry, this is B right here, right up here in this area, and then C to D, somewhere down here, retracement. Yeah, so Airbnb is risky. It's about to terminate this massive cycle. Super cycle is what I call it. So be really, really careful, guys, on Airbnb, because it's about to end its complete cycle. Okay. All right, guys. Anything else? I want to look at NASDAQ since there's no one else making any requests right now. It's red, but again, oh, look at that! A bullish flag is forming. Oh, let's take a look at this. This is the day chart. Okay, guys, don't get all excited because it could take some time for this to play out. Okay, what are we looking at here? Give me a second, guys, to analyze this. Okay, so yeah, so very similar to SPY. I'm looking at, okay, oh, exciting, look at this. Okay, so you've got NASDAQ popping out of the oversold area. Remember I was telling you this earlier? Closing out in the oversold area here. And it came back down, so there's a little bit more drawdown in this area, in this indicator. So you've got this, came back down, bounced around, still in the oversold, so we still gotta wait for it to bounce out. So my suspicion is wave 3 to 4. Oh, hold on, sorry guys. 3 to 4. Hold on, this is a massive wave. Holy cow. So wave 2 to 3, 3 to 4, and then 4 to 5. Yeah, so I had this level mapped out here, like 14.2 and change for wave 3 to 4. Once this hit, expect a nice bull run from like 4 to 5. It could be the 1618 extension at 17,000. Oh wow, that's going to be a huge run. Remember, this is the day chart. It could take a while for this to execute. Wow, that is extremely bullish. Exciting too. So this indicator is a little early. It popped out a little early. Whereas this guy did pop out and then basically got smacked back down into the oversold area here. Okay, all right, is there anything else before I conclude our walkthrough of the stock market today? I mean, everything is relatively red, as you can see from my chart here on the right side. VFS is up 10%. Nice, 1240. Okay, it hit below 11. It's retracing a little bit now. BXRX is down to about 92%. SLNO is about 15%. And then ARM is just depressing, obviously, because it's still, I mean, you had this big spike for the IPO and it's now retracing. Tesla Yeah, see, Tesla is, remember I was telling you the retracement leg between B to C? So like 2 to 3, 3 to 4, 4 to 5, and then look at this 5 to A. It's just ugly, right? And then A to B. So Tesla is actually ahead of SPY and NASDAQ. So SPY is only starting to conclude leg 3 to 4, and then it's going to build leg 4 to 5. But if you look at Tesla, it's already concluded and confirmed leg A to B. So B to C is coming next. So that tells me that SPY and NASDAQ is going to have deeper retracement before the 4 to 5 leg upwards. 618. Yeah, so I'm looking at probably, wow. Is it gonna break that low? 177 price target 2 below the 200-day SMA. Oh, that's ugly. See, Tesla's got a price target 2 of 177 here. So we're looking at, really? No. No way. Right here, 177. Right, I'm just gonna note it. I'm just gonna note what I see. So Tesla 177 price target 2. Completion of leg B to C. Right there. Alright, let's check back in, I would say, 2 weeks for this and watch this play out. Okay, all right, I've got this noted. And then I believe that from there, Tesla is going to restart its super cycle. Again, this was the super cycle that was planned out from, let's see, 9/21 of 22. And what are we at now? 9/28 of 22. It's like a year-long cycle. Yep, almost a year-long cycle. So my projection would be, let's see, 30 days out from the completion would put it right on the 29th. Makes sense. Extend that out another 30 days. Yeah, oh my gosh, no way. 60 trading days would put Tesla right at October 11th for the super cycle to complete. Is that right? Let me jot this down here. 10, 11, 23. Tesla super cycle ends. Wow. Okay, so very interesting. Guys, keep in mind this is the first time I'm seeing this, okay? Just like you guys are. That is the super cycle. That is Tesla's super cycle. What happens when the bears achieve price target 2 at $1.77? The cycle starts over again. It'll consolidate in this area, and then leg 0 to 1, 1 to 2, 2 to 3, and that, my friends, align with this super cycle for SPY on the last leg 4 to 5. Which is massive. So between Tesla finishing its super cycle here aligns with, for instance, SPY entering its super cycle leg from 4 to 5 run. All right, once again, this is not financial advice. This is simply my view of the chart and how I'm interpreting it. I know we've gone a long time today, but I hope the information is useful for everyone. I know there were some questions on how to read charts and things like that, and what I look at. When I analyze charts, I break it down to its simplest form. Price action and moving averages, and those two things together tells me the story of where a stock has been, where it is now, and how I'm able to project it down the road as to where price action is going to be, and how they all relate to each other. Did anyone come in? Unfortunately, if they did, I'm not seeing them commenting. I'm not seeing the analysis right now, Sway, but I'll let you know, okay? YouTube will give me some analysis. I'm not seeing anyone commenting, but that doesn't mean that there aren't anyone watching. I'm hoping there are people watching. It's good stuff, right? I mean, you guys find this useful? I hope so. Okay, I think I'm gonna close it out, guys. We went super long today. I've got to do some other things today as well. Happy Thursday, everyone, and I'll see you tomorrow to wrap up the market. Have a good day, guys.